Hi, my name is Caitlin Condors. I'm the lead coding and computer science teacher for CISD, and I want to thank you so much for volunteering to lead your campus's after-school coding club. My job is to make that process as easy for you as possible, so we're going to walk through what your week-by-week curriculum document looks like, as well as how to use Pear Deck. If you are already on my Coding PLC team, you guys know the drill. It's the same situation. However, if you are a teacher or a paraeducator coming to us who is not familiar with that process, that's what we're going to do together now. So what you see on the page in front of us is our RoboLions week by week curriculum. This document is designed to be able to be pulled up as soon as you begin the club. It's got the links and whatever else you need to open up, and it's ready to go. Here on the left, you can see a description of each lesson, and over here on the right, you have all of your actual materials that you need for that class. So some of them have a Pear Deck link. We're going to talk about what Pear Deck is in just a second. And there might be other materials, like actually in this third lesson, there's a handout that needs to be printed off. And you and I can strategize and figure out the best way to get you those physical copies, because I know for some people, making copies on your campus can be kind of a pain. So we'll have a discussion about that. But let's talk about Pear Deck. So Pear Deck is an online tool that allows students to access Google Slides on their own computer, which is really wonderful because it allows them to, first of all, see the slides here on their own screen, but it can also make those slides interactive. They can type answers, they can draw answers, and they can even click on links, which is the big reason why we want to use it, because I put in links to the students' activities in these Google Slides. So you'll need to launch it as a Pear Deck so that the kids can click the activity and they're on their way. You don't need to do anything else. So let's talk about how to use Pear Deck. Let's look at lesson number 2. So in lesson number 2, which is Coding a Time Capsule Part 1, you're going to need to do slides 2 through 21 of this Pear Deck. So let's go ahead and open that up. When you click it, it'll be a page that looks like this. And you're going to actually need to use this blue button in the top right that says Use Template. This is going to create a copy of the presentation for you and download it onto your Google Drive. Okay, so now that it's here, if you haven't already downloaded Pear Deck, first we need to download it. So here at the top of your Google Slides toolbar, you should see this button that says Extensions. We're going to click Extensions and go down to Add-ons. And we are going to click Get Add-ons, because Pear Deck is actually an add-on that we download into our Google Slides. Now, in this pop-up, I'm going to look up Pear Deck, and it should pop up for you, Pear Deck for Google Slides add-on. So for me, it already says it's installed, but you will want to click this, press install. The very first time you launch Pear Deck, it may ask you to create an account. You can do that with your Castleberry login, but you may want to go ahead and do that first before you're standing in front of the kids, because sometimes it can take a minute or two. But once that's installed, you will launch Pear Deck by going to Extensions. And down here, you should see Pear Deck for Google Slides, and you can click Open Pear Deck Add-on. And that will open this little sidebar here. And all you will need to do is press Start Lesson. And we're going to click Instructor Paste Activity. That just means that you're the one clicking through the slides, not the students. We're going to let that load. Sometimes it might ask you to log in. I'm just logging in with my Castleberry info. Castleberry. And once it loads, it's going to present, let me close that extra one. It's going to present this code. And what your students need to do on their device is they're going to go to joinpd.com and they're going to type in this code. That code will actually access these Google Slides on their own devices. And the good news for you is even if you haven't used Pear Deck before, your students have all used Pear Deck during their coding PLC time. So I bet you 99% of these kids are going to be experts in it already. And if there is a kid that's not familiar, have the other students help that one. Okay, once everybody's joined, I can close that X. And then using either the arrows on your keyboard or I don't think that you can see it on mine because of the way that I'm recording my screen right now, but there should be a toolbar at the bottom that will let you go from slide to slide. So you'll go from slide to slide, talk about each slide, the vocabulary. There's some videos that the kids will watch until finally, on this slide, it says students do this, click here to open the activity, and the students will click that link on their own device, and it will open up this coding activity that they will be doing for the day. And then when you're done with your Pear Deck, you can just close it up, and then you're done. That's it for Pear Deck. I do highly recommend if you have time to preview it and try it out before you get in front of the children. Like I said, all of the members of the Coding PLC team are proficient in Pear Deck. So if you need extra help or assistance, I would actually recommend that you reach out to one of the Coding PLC team members on your campus, and they would be more than happy to give you practice and assistance with Pear Deck. Again, thank you so much for volunteering to be a part of our after school code club. I hope that it is as rewarding an experience for you as it has been for me.